welcome to this live premiere. The dust has settled from the state of play. I originally was going to make this video from last week, and things changed. I wanted to put some ideas together for Tracks Wishlist, and just like that, right when I was ready to come out with this video for this new premiere that y'all seeing now, state of play was confirmed, and then it was leaked that I was gonna say Team Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, it was gonna be at the show. So I waited to bring this out because I didn't know what they were gonna reveal for characters. We got some good intel on characters that's gonna be in the game, some of the tracks that we got to see, and even just a slight confirmation that we'll probably end up seeing all new Sega reps, other Sega reps getting involved into this game from some of you guys that picked up on the Afterburner series. I don't know, is that the name of the game? Afterburner? What kind of characters are in Afterburner? I never played it before. Maybe some of you guys in the chat can, mention it and just enlighten me. I'm not sure what Afterburner is about. I never played the game before. But considering that was spotted for as a track, maybe we'll have other Sega characters that could get into the game. It's just what I was looking for, because some people were saying maybe it's only going to be Sonic characters, which I would be completely fine with, but I would like to see other characters get into the game and bring out these different worlds of Sonic, which is what I wanted to bring to the table for today for my idea for this premiere. What other worlds would you guys like to go to? And we got to get a little bit of a taste. We got a little bit of a taste of what the game is going to play like. It's going to be like Team Sonic Racing. They're bringing back teams, and you can also play solo. So I'm very excited for that. And I'm looking forward to seeing all different types of tracks from these different Sonic worlds represented alongside of different Sega worlds, maybe like knights that can get into the game. I'm going to also mention my tracks wish list that I'm also going to be listing in the description that y'all can be able to check out. And you can list some of the tracks that you want to see in the game for Sonic CrossWorlds. It's only less than 2 minutes of a trailer, but we don't know all the different tracks that's going to be in the game yet because we haven't really been able to play. And speaking of gameplay, we're going to have access to the closed network test that I want to be able to get in. I hope to get in, and I'll be streaming it. Hopefully they'll let us stream it on our channels and be able to play, and I'm hoping that it also has crossplay so other people can have access and be able to join in, and we can all be able to race against each other, and it's just going to be all fun. So I don't really care about trying to win. I just want to play, have fun creating the content, and try to see if I can make it to the finish line. So I'm excited to see how this game plays, and it looks like we're definitely going to possibly end up having a chance to see other characters outside of Sonic that could be unlockable in this game, because we did not see any other Sega reps, but someone picked up on some of you guys picked up on the Afterburner series being represented as one of the tracks. So maybe we'll end up seeing some of those characters get in along with others. So what I'm going to do is play a little bit of a race just to celebrate the reveal and the fact that it's teams. It's not just going to be about a solo. It's going to be teams. What are these teams going to consist of? And we saw characters. Let's just bring up the roster. We're just going to do a little team race just for fun. A little bit of gameplay. I'm not sure where I want to go. I think I want to go to... I love this stage. Haunted Castle. And that's and speaking of Haunted Castle, I would love to see it return, but it's another stage, another track that I brought up from Sonic Heroes that I would love to see represented. Maybe some of these other games from these Sonic games are going to get in. Sonic Rush, I haven't played. Sonic Battle that I really enjoyed from Game Boy Advance. I would like to see some of those tracks for stages to be represented. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Sonic Frontiers, and speaking of Sonic Frontiers, we got to see Sage. She's going to be in the game. I'm not sure if the child made it, but SBO and Charmy is in the game. They brought them back. Blaze is in it. I didn't see Silver. At least I don't think I did see him. Some of the members of Deadly Six have been spotted. I don't even remember their names. But you guys can y'all can mention the names in the chat. What are all the Deadly Six members back for this game or not? But I'm so excited because we got to see different worlds for this, and that's why I wanted to make this video way before State of the Play came out, but I wanted to wait since it was confirmed to be at the show. So I wanted to be able to, I didn't want to mess up my words for my video and just have everything flow nicely. What are some of you guys' favorite tracks and Sonic zones that y'all want to see in this game, and they can add more characters later on. So since I'm gonna play as Vector for today's premiere, because I'm happy SBO and Charmy is back in the game, Team Chaotic is complete. So this is what I was looking for. So I turned the volume down a little bit, but I'll probably make some adjustments, so you guys probably won't be able to hear it. But we're just gonna play one race, team race at Haunted Castle, just to have some fun. We're gonna be able to play. The teams are back, and it also, just when you watch the trailer, it plays like Sega All-Star, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transform, and also Sonic Riders all into one. You got the boards, the vehicles can transform. It's all types of different customization options in the game. And the one thing I'm looking for, I'm hoping these characters have unique interactions, because I definitely will be posting those. I love this track. So I want to see how everybody else, what you guys think. What are some of your tracks that you're looking for in favorite Sonic zones? And then I wonder if it's going to really play like an open world. We're going to be talking about that. But I just want to also, just before I get into my ideas for the track, well, the tracks and things like that for the wish list that I'm also going to share in the description for the video, that y'all will be able to read on to, things like that. And you can post your list, even if it's just one particular track or maybe one particular game that you're looking for to get represented from the Sonic series. Because there's all types of stuff that's coming out about different worlds that's going to be represented from other Sonic games that I never even played, like Sonic Rush, for example. So, from what I saw from the state of play, I already mentioned how teams is going to be involved. Vector's in second, so we in second right now. So Silver's slacking a little bit. Just a little help. We gotta try to win our team up. Love the music. I definitely personally want to see all these tracks return, because every song in this game is just fire. Let's open up that shortcut. Bang. Gotta do a few, try to request. Really need it. Get our team up. So I wonder if, just from what I saw, I seen like the dinosaur world. I'm not sure where that's from. And just like I mentioned, Afterburner, that already gives us confirmation that we're going to be able to see all types of different characters. Maybe potentially we'll probably end up seeing different characters from other SEGA series. I want to see Knights. I want to see Shenmue make a return. I missed out on Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing and Sonic Racing Transform. I missed out on both of those games, but I know the characters that were in them. So people brought up Billy Hatcher and things like that. I'm not sure if they're going to be in, but just seeing the fact that Afterburner got in and got some kind of representation as a track, maybe just like the Woodard scenario, I'm hoping they don't just add that they don't have the series represented from the different Sega games. Hopefully they're not going to just be represented as just tracks. Hopefully the characters are going to be unlockable and represented, and they can be unlockable when you play the game. So everybody could be able to play. It didn't show any sort of confirmation about crossplay and things like that. It does have online, which is great. But I wonder what else they did. What are the other changes that they made for this game? The trailer looks phenomenal. The gameplay looks fast, and just it's as if Sonic Riders and Sonic and Sega All-Stars just basically, it's a mix-up. We got the best of both worlds. So for fans out there that love both of those games, whatever, whichever one that you prefer from Sonic Riders or Transform for your favorite racing game, we're all in for a treat. So we're gonna get the best of both worlds for the game. So because of the gameplay that they showcased from the trailer, that's a quake. We could just break through. So it's fine. What is on? So the music's slow. I just did it on purpose so everybody could be able to hear. But I'm just hoping that this game gets continuous content. And I heard some stories about what they did for Team Sonic Racing, how it just didn't get much content, it didn't get much update updates afterwards. It was just kind of left for dead. I'm not sure if that's true. Maybe someone in here in the live can clarify for me. This is pre-recorded for the premiere. It's not live, but for this live premiere, maybe someone can clarify if Team Sonic Racing was left for dead and didn't really get any other additional updates, because this roster was just 15 characters was just too little, and I'm hoping that the roster is huge for CrossWorlds. I didn't even really use the team. I didn't even think about it. Rocket, best of the best. But we're gonna start getting into, my thoughts on it being an open world. Hopefully, we got a chance to win. I think we definitely won, because somebody from the other team probably just outplaced Blaze. It was just Rouge and Shadow. But since Blaze placed higher than Omega, we definitely won. And then we got the top 2 spots for Silver. Me and Silver got it. So I'm just so happy to see Team Chaotis is back and complete, and they brought back Cream that deserved to be in this game. Some of those characters should have been in this game, and they just got left out. They were left for dead, and they were in the Shadow Realm. They just were forgotten. So we won.
Now that's teamwork.
That's teamwork, and we're going to be able to relive that same teamwork in Sonic CrossWorlds. So I cannot wait to play that closed network test. I wonder how do we get in? I wonder how that's going to play out. So we'll just have to find that out February 21st if you guys haven't heard. So we're just going to leave it on the roster, and then I'll also bring it up. I'll select the tracks and things like that. I'll have the tracks being brought up. So we'll just have the tracks be right here. Just pick anything. So these are all the characters. So Sonic is back. This is our newest Sonic game, and we might even end up getting that Heroes remake later this year. Maybe they have some more things cooking. But let's just start talking a little bit about these different worlds that I picked for examples that you guys can see on the thumbnail. So I like making the thumbnails look great, but I also like bringing them in for talking points for my video ideas and things like that. So I picked these worlds, for example, in this open world. I hope if it is open world, I want us to be able to travel to many different worlds as Sonic and other characters, maybe possibly others, since we saw Afterburner being represented. It's a chance that we'll probably end up seeing other characters get in and for unlockable characters for SEGA reps. So I picked these worlds for examples because I wanted to expand on other characters outside of the newest games, but going back to the past for those characters that I selected from shows that I watched and some of my favorite Sonic games. That's why I had that design for this thumbnail, and I'm also bringing it to light for this video to talk about for today. Just some of my favorite Sonic characters and games that could be included from other Sonic games from the past and present that could be represented in CrossWorlds, which seems to be possible. It seems like it's a possibility concerning all the information and leaks that they just showed for, not even just with gameplay, but just from some of the characters that are getting spotted in the trailer itself that are being in and being brought up. Members of the Deadly Six seem to be back in, but I'm not sure if we're going to get all 6 of them. So with this idea, I wanted to have like 7 different worlds that I wanted to just bring up, 7 different characters and their worlds as examples that I want to see, and many more. Like Sonic the Werehog, for example, just to get this started, I wanted to see him playable. I wonder if he could be a playable racer. Would you guys like to play a Sonic the Werehog for Sonic Unleashed? I think that's a very underrated game, and I really enjoyed playing that. So Apodos, for example, for a new world for us to explore, the world of Sonic Unleashed, to go back in time. Maybe even we might even see Sonic the Werehog as a background cameo as an idea, but I would love to see him as a playable character. And then some other characters. Anybody watch Sonic Underground, the TV series? Maybe they can go as far as adding that for DLC, even if it's not in the base game. Maybe Sonic Underground could be able to get in, because Sonic had all different types of different characters that he met from Sonic Underground. So Manic's world could be like Mobius, and then the infamous Sonic 2006. I want to see this. I would love to go back to Soliana. I love the town, the music thing. Unpopular opinion. Princess Elise could possibly be playable, or we could probably see her in the background as a track as we race across Soliana. the Soliano Castle Town. It'll look nice in next gen graphics and things like that. Some other worlds, like other Sega worlds like Knights, that can get in. Knights is a classic Sega character, and her world can really be able to be brought back, new and improved Nightopia. And then for Sonic Forces, we need some more villains in these games to join Dr. Eggman and Zavok from the Daily Six and Metal Sonic. How about Infinite from Sonic Forces? His world can be the city from Sonic Forces when the city was under attack, with like a little fiery, smoky background, things like that. It could be a nice little city. It could almost look like I was gonna say Chaos City. It was Crisis City. That's what I'm thinking about. It could be something similar to how that design was for Crisis City as a stage, for example. But I'm gonna get into the track. So these are just different worlds that I want to see. Maybe some worlds of Sonic Forces for the city that was represented in that game. You know, Chris Thorndyke from Sonic X. I would love to see that. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Chris Thorndyke from Sonic X. Sonic X, gotta go fast. I would love to see that. His world can be Station Square. Station Square was also in Sonic Adventure as well, but I would love to see this Sonic CrossWorlds have a stage or some kind of world with Station Square represented. It's one of my favorite worlds ever, and the Station Square will look really good. I hope they make Station Square look amazing if it does get into the game. Even if some of this stuff isn't in the base game, like Infinite and other characters I just brought up, they could get in as DLC to expand for new content. And I already put Sage in my list, as you guys can see from the thumbnail. I didn't know Sage was going to be able to get shown, but since it's after the state of play, making this video now, Sage is already confirmed to be in the game. She got picked up as a racer, so she's already going to be in from Sonic Frontiers. So maybe her world with Starfall Island from Sonic Frontiers can get into the game. So those are just some of the worlds that I wanted to just add and talk about that we could be able to explore. But now for this last portion of the video, I'm going to start talking about the tracks that I want to see get into this game. These are Sonic tracks that I want to see in Sonic CrossWorlds, and some of the tracks are based off of original zones. So you guys can name some of your favorite tracks that you want to see. We don't have all the information. We don't have all the answers because the game didn't come out yet. We didn't start playing the closed network test, but we got a good amount of worlds that we got to see, and just a glimpse of from that trailer with just one new Sega rep with Afterburner and stuff like that. So these are the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 tracks that I would love to see. Now I'm going to bring up the tracks. See how we got some of these? I don't know if we're going to get all of these. But Sonic Adventure, for example, we'll put it on the list right now. Sonic Adventure series from 1 and 2, Mystic Ruins. I love that song. Such a chill song. It's one of the best songs to ever last me. Just running around in the jungle, trying to find that little Chaos Emerald. Things like that when I got lost as Knuckles because I didn't know where to go. Just memories. City Escape. Station Square I already mentioned with Chris from Sonic X. That could possibly be playable. Maybe, possibly. We could probably even see him in the track as a background character. Speed Highway. White Jungle. See? And then Red Mountain. If we don't get him in Volcano. Red Mountain. Radical Highway, Wild Canyon, Pumpkin Hill. See how I got these? Look, and from Boo's house, from Sonic Adventure 2, we got Boo on his stage from this track. He was a boss that you had to face in Sonic Adventure 2 as Knuckles. And you see how he made an appearance in Boo's house? They can do that again and have him come back. Pumpkin Hill will be awesome for a little Halloween track. These can get in as updates if they're not already in, just like I mentioned. Now, some Sonic Hero tracks. I selected 2. See how we just finished playing Haunted Castle? I selected Hang Castle from Sonic Heroes. Dun 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 dun. I love that song from Sonic Heroes. Dun 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 dun. It was so catchy. Frog Forest was the other track that I selected for Sonic Heroes. Now we're gonna move on to Sonic Riders. Now that we know that this game has the Sonic Riders treatment to it with the boards and things like that, I hope to see Babylon Garden. And then for Sonic Battle from Game Boy Advance that I played, I want to see Tails Lab return. Anybody play Sonic Battle from the Game Boy Advance? I don't see enough people talk about that game. I want to see that get into the game, possibly, maybe for future updates. If it's not in the game, that's completely okay. Club Rouge for Sonic Battle, and then Emerald Town. So those are 3 tracks for Sonic Battle, and then the only track that I selected from Sonic Riders was Babylon Garden, and then we already went through the Sonic Heroes tracks. Now I'm going to mention the Sonic Frontiers tracks. It could be Kronos Island. It could be all the different islands from Starfall Island for Sonic Frontiers that can be featured. They can feature the other islands from the game with the Coco in the background. Those little guys, I like them for Sonic Frontiers. So how about the Coco can get in and be showcased in Sonic Frontiers tracks? Since we got Sage, we definitely probably gonna have Kronos Island. We might even be able to see some of the Coco get represented. What do you guys think of a Coco being a playable racer? That'll be really funny to see, especially since they added the child in this game. So that'll be really cool to see. I was trying to go back to the characters. So it's just all types of different things that can get in. And then, last but not least, we're gonna wrap up Sonic Zones as tracks. Some of my favorite original zones that I would love to see represented. Knuckles, Angel Island. I would love to see that. Angel Island from a Sonic Zone. Sonic Zone tracks, original zones. Angel Island. Flying Battery Zone. Lights, Camera, Action. Basically from Studiopolis. Lights, Camera, Action. Studiopolis Zone. Chemical Plant. I would love to hear those songs play from the original zones. And they can even remaster the tracks and remix them if they want. Hydrocity Zone, and then Ice Cap that I love. Some of my top favorite zones. Those are some of my top favorite, most wanted Sonic original zones or original Sonic zones that I would like to see as tracks. And then we're gonna close this out for all new SEGA tracks. We got to see Afterburner. I don't know nothing about that series, but what else do they have cooking up for SEGA tracks that can get in? And I already mentioned the World of Nights, Nightopia for Nights. How about House of the Dead, the Metaverse from Persona 5? I'm starting to think that these are probably not going to be able to be in, but they can be DLC. So I'm saying the Metaverse from the Persona 5 series game. Vigrid from Bayonetta. Could she possibly get in as a guest racer? And then Shenmue never really had a track in none of these games. He got in as a character on PC from Sonic All-Stars Transform, I think it was, or Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Shenmue got represented with Ryo Hazuki, one of my favorite characters. I want to see him be a playable character and not just be exclusively locked on the PC version. These characters can all be available on the Nintendo Switch 2, Switch 1 and 2, PS5, and things like that, Xbox and PC. All these characters can be available. So hopefully they don't do that with these tracks and make them exclusive for some of these characters that's going to be locked behind the versions that you get behind the platform. So if you get a PlayStation, or if you play on Nintendo, or you play on PC, I hope they don't do that same thing, having Shenmue characters be available only on PC. Because I think that's just leaving the other players and fans out that grew up with the series can't play the character. They'll just have to play the game, buy the game all over again, and they'll miss out on some of those characters and that content. So those are just some of the new SEGA tracks that I listed, and you guys can look at the list also that's going to be in the description. It's a lot of different tracks that can get in, but I'm not sure if all these are going to make the return from Team Sonic Racing. But the one thing that I want the most, even with some of these characters and these worlds that I mentioned that probably won't realistically get in, like Sonic Underground with the with these different worlds and things like that, Sonic Underground with Mobius, Soliana Castle. I just really think that we'll probably end up seeing some of those like Soliana. I would love to see all these different games and these different Sonic worlds represented. Even some of these characters from the Sonic comics that I haven't seen can get into the game later on. This roster can continue to grow with a continuous content where we don't have to keep worrying about when the next Sonic Racing is going to come out. This could be the ultimate racer where it can add all types of Sega characters from different worlds can get into the game, and then also other Sonic characters from other games from the past all the way to the present can get into the game. And just like I mentioned, like characters like Sonic the Werewolf, I think a lot of people will be interested in playing as him. He might sound like a little bit of a clone character, things like that, but he's going to be different because he's going to have his own different stats, and then he's going to have his own different reactions and voice lines because he talks completely different. If you play Sonic Unleashed, his voice is different and his lines are going to be different, so he's going to be already unique with his own stats and his own cart and things like that. And now that we got the boards from Sonic Riders, it's all types of different customization capabilities that can be just realized from this game, where you can try out different combinations and combos with these characters. I want to see this game really stand out, and I'm hoping that they added other different worlds that we can be able to play from these other different Sonic games and many other Sega reps that could be hidden that we don't know about. The closed network test is going to start soon, and you guys can be able to sign up February 21st. I'm definitely going to try to sign up and hope I can get in, and then I'll be able to play with you guys on stream and off stream just to hang out and have fun, and then try to unlock some of the characters and see what they did and check out the different mechanics and see what they have for the roster itself. It's probably some other characters that we don't know about, we most likely don't know about, that's in this game, but I'm excited to see what they have to offer. I hope it also has crossplay. Since we saw the trailer, we don't even know if it's going to have crossplay, so I hope it's not going to just be exclusively where, since I play on PlayStation, I'm getting it on PlayStation 5 over the Switch because I feel like it's going to run better, most likely, of course, but I hope it's not going to just be locked behind the platform where everybody, where you can only just play against PlayStation players and just people on the same platform as you will be able to all play with crossplay and be able to race. And it'll be a lot of fun to see with teams. Since we got teams, we can do team racing, and we can split and randomize the teams and switch up the teams so it's fair, so that way not everybody's on the same team for customs. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's why I'm banking on it to be crossplay, so we'll all be able to play and we can have fun doing customs. But let me know what you guys think about some of the tracks that you guys want to see, some of the zones you want to see, and maybe some other characters that you're hoping made it into the roster that can get into the near future.